Well, hello folks, and welcome to basically a quick channel update video. Give you guys a general idea of what's going to be happening to my channel and on my channel over the next couple weeks to couple months. First off, let me just start off with what we have going on. We have Persona 3 Fez, which I've been told is Festival or For Everyone's Souls edition, which is going to take me quite some time. This is going to be a playlist that does not go away for a very long time. The first time I played through this game, which was just the regular edition, it took me 80 hours. So I have no idea exactly how long it'll take me to get through this playlist. Provided I don't get burned out, I'm expecting 3 to 4 months minimum. Dark Souls 3 is in the next playlist we have going on, and, well, so far I like the game. I don't like it as much as Dark Souls 1 yet, but I didn't like Dark Souls 2 as much as I liked Dark Souls 1 either. If for some reason I end up disliking Dark Souls 3 halfway through, then I'll throw the game to the curb and the playlist will sit there and rot just like Dark Souls 2. I am streaming Dark Souls 2 on Hitbox, and I don't plan to quit that anytime soon. But it's not something that I'm actively working on and will be finished in any reasonable amount of time. So Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 are things that are happening, but I don't have any realistic expectation about when I should finish them. I've been told Dark Souls 3 is actually pretty short, so if for some reason I do get hooked, it might get finished quicker than anything else. We also have Final Fantasy XII going on, which I have been working on since like October or September or something like that, and that is a game that is also going to take quite a while to finish. I'm not going to be doing all of the bonus stuff like the extra hunts and all of the side quests. I kind of just want to go through the main storyline, get myself reacquainted with it, and then we'll be done with that. Stardew Valley Live, which was my stream version of Stardew, I have no idea if or when I will ever continue that. Yeah, I don't have much to say about that. I had fun with the game. I actually really like the game, but it's gotten so much attention and there's so many people let's playing it and streaming it and talking about it that basically my sense of wonder, my sense of mystery about the game has all been evaporated. I've already seen, I know what happens. I know the events. I know all of this stuff. It's posted everywhere. Comics. People talk about it. Pictures. On Reddit. On Imgur. It's everywhere. I've had so much of it spoiled that the sense of exploration and all of that's gone for me. So I don't know if I'll ever go back to it. I might just wait for like a big total conversion mod to come along, or some really interesting mods to come out for the game, and then go back to it. But for the time being, Stardew Valley is done with. You guys can watch what we've got there, or maybe for some reason I'll get a spur of the moment tick or kick in my ass or whatever and stream it, but don't plan or look forward to that. I've got the Doom audiobook. I will hopefully be finishing that up by mid-June. I love that book. I'm having a ton of fun recording it, and I don't foresee any problems in me wanting to actually finish it. Now there's 2 or 3 books after the first one. I don't know if I'll get around to recording those or not yet. It really just depends how I feel after the story is done. Then there's also Space Station 13, Cogmap 2. I will be making more Space Station 13 videos. I just don't know when. Probably within a month or so. And I'll get to the reason why I'll be going back to that here in a little bit. Then we have Undertale. Undertale I will be finishing. I just don't know when. I have not abandoned it. The game just didn't hook me like I was hoping it would, and so I've set it on the back burner. But it's definitely not done with. Then we have Axiom Verge. This was a game suggested to me by one of my raid members in Final Fantasy XIV, and even though I really liked the game, I'm completely stuck in it right now. I have no idea how to get out of the area that I'm in. I may have to stream it and see if you guys can get me unstuck, but I've spent probably 2 hours off screen running around, trying to get out of the place I'm stuck in, and I can't. So I'll probably stream that video at that game at some point, but that playlist isn't dead either. It's just on hiatus. There will be a little bit more Thief Gold coming up. I think I have another hour I need to record for that game. Don't much care for Thief Gold. I had fun in the first level, but once the zombies and the magic stuff has started happening, I lost all care for it. I don't like supernatural stuff in my stealth games. I find that it makes the stealth less fun. With humans, I know what to expect. That humans can't see in the dark, humans have bad hearing, humans are dumb. You sneak around and have fun with humans. I love that type of stuff. Once you start getting into the supernatural where the stuff can smell you, or it can see you in the dark, or it can sense you if you come too close, or any other number of things, and my fun level goes out the window because suddenly I have to remember all of these different parameters about what triggers what, and it becomes less about stealth and more just about stress, and I don't like stress games. Playlist wise, that's pretty much all I have going on. That's what's going to be happening in the foreseeable future. Now, as for my channel, there will be some significant changes coming up, and it's primarily going to be changes dealing with how much content my channel has, as my phone blows up here. But you can definitely expect to see a significant increase in the amount of content that I'm pushing out of my channel. The primary reason being is that I'm going back to being self-employed on May 6th. May 6th is the last day that I'll be working for the retail giant corporation that I am currently employed for, and I am going out into the world once again to be self-employed. Whenever I first started Let's Playing, I was self-employed. I raised and sold pugs, and even though I didn't get rich from it, I was happy, and I enjoyed my life. Shortly after I started Let's Playing, I want to say, I don't remember exactly how long. Actually, it would have been about 3 years ago. So maybe 2 years after I started Let's Playing. But 3 years ago, I inherited a house from my great-grandmother. It was a dilapidated old farmhouse, not too different from the Stardew Valley farmhouse. And I made it my mission to fix that house up. Problem is, I couldn't fix it up on a pug salary. There wasn't enough money involved in it. So I went into the corporate world once again, like I've done plenty of times in my life, and I got a job and I worked my way up into management. And for a while, I don't want to say content, but for a while I was fine. I was making enough money that I could do basically what I wanted to. I could work on the house, I could make myself fat on all the food and sweets that I didn't need, and life wasn't too bad. I wasn't happy, I definitely wasn't happy, but I was content. However, with the Inferno hellfires that swept through the homestead not too long ago and burned down the farm, I lost everything. Everything that I owned basically is gone. I lost I lost stuff from elementary school, all of my high school pictures, yearbooks, pictures and letters from ex-girlfriends, all of the poetry and short stories I'd wrote, everything I'd collected over the years. I lost everything. And losing all of that, I also lost a bunch of bills because I no longer had to pay for stuff that I didn't have, believe it or not. So, since I basically, I don't know the proper way to word this, so I'm just gonna fuck it up, but since I don't have to make as much money in order to survive now, I'm going back to being self-employed. I have a friend who does professional photography, and he wants me to be his partner in business, and that's not going to get me rich, but it's definitely something I enjoy. I plan to sell firewood. I might get back into breeding dogs and selling those, but basically the future for my channel, because of all of this, in my opinion, is much brighter. I'm going to be a much happier person because I'm no longer having to spend my entire day, 40 plus hours a week, being someone that I don't want to be. It's been quite hard for me these past 3 years to be plump, because plump and corporate retail don't go hand in hand together by any means. On my YouTube channel, I like to be creative. I like to kind of live in the clouds. I like to speak my mind and say what I want to say. In the corporate world, you can't get away with that. It's all very structured. It's all very strict. And so having to try and, be corporate plump and then come home and be plump wasn't working. And I firmly believe that my channel and the fun that I had in recording and Let's Playing significantly suffered because of it. So over the next month, over the next 2 months, you're going to see a deluge, a flood of content coming your way as I try to basically get back into it. I'm going to be experimenting with games. I'm going to be experimenting with Let's Play techniques again. I would like to get back to the point where I'm, mixing games into one playlist, kind of like I did with Arma and X3TC. I want to get back into being a little bit more experimental and trying new stuff. I want to get back into doing Dwarf Fortress, which is something that I've not been able to do because of the time investment. With Persona, with Dark Souls, with Final Fantasy, one of the main reasons that I've been playing games like this is because I can load up the save, hit record, and just play to the next save point. And that's a video. With Dwarf Fortress, you can't do that. You load up the game, and there's a lot of planning that's involved. There's a lot of slow downtime. I think whenever I was recording Dwarf Fortress way in the past, in order to have a 30-minute video, I might spend an hour off screen just setting things up, just reading character descriptions, watching them, see what they're doing, trying to piece together this story in my head so when I did hit record, I could regurgitate it all to you into somewhat of an understandable script as to what these dwarves were doing. I haven't been able to do that for quite some time because I just haven't had the mindset or the desire or urge to do it. So I'm hoping that with this change in my life coming up, I'll be able to get back to doing things like that, to diving into roguelikes and really just embracing the creative side of them, getting immersed in the world and the stories, and doing my best to bring that out to you guys. That's something that only time will tell, though. We'll see what happens there. Let's see, what else is going on? Honestly, that's pretty much it. This video is kind of rambling. I didn't script any of this out or write anything down that I wanted to talk about. This is all just stuff that's been kind of boiling in the back of my head for a while that I've been meaning to get out. We'll have the Q&A session probably in about 2 weeks. So that's going to be something fun, I hope. I'm going to plug my Patreon here too. Now that I'm self-employed, every dollar on there is friggin' phenomenal. Every little bit helps incredibly. Right now, Patreon is half of the money that I make every month. So you guys and your support are incredibly appreciated. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this. I'd have to go get a part-time job somewhere, which I really don't want to do, obviously. Nobody wants to. I'd rather be self-employed and poor than employed by somebody else and kind of content but kind of miserable. So I really guess that's it for now. If I remember anything else, if there's anything else I want to talk about, I'll just make another rambling channel update video and post it on here. And other than that, guys, thank you again for all of your comments, for all of your support, and I hope I can continue to entertain you and entertain myself for the foreseeable future.